So we are going to be addressing a very common interview question for digital marketing roles, and which is how do you actually target businesses on Facebook? I mean, can you actually do that, or that it's kind of tough to do that?
This video is brought to you by BridgeGap. Make the switch to a modern career.
The second thing that you ought to check out is this video of how do you actually switch careers from other fields to social media, and it's there on our fan page, and we'll have a link to that in the post text. So please be sure to check it out. Okay, moving on. So there are these ways in which you can target businesses on Facebook. Now we must remember that um, first of all, LinkedIn is the natural choice to target businesses because on LinkedIn you get exact information of where a person is working, how long he has been working, and all all professional certifications and related details. But the interest in targeting businesses on Facebook is because one, Facebook has more people. The other is that the cost is way is a lot less compared to that of LinkedIn. And when I'm talking about cost, I'm talking about the cost of running ads on these platforms. So before we get to ads, there are actually two other ways which you should know, organic ways of reaching out to a business on Facebook. One of them is the traditional aspect of content, right? So if you have relevant content on your fan page, so for example, if you talk if you talk about CRM, if you're talking about social media, if you're having these kind of posts, then automatically you reach out to the kind you to marketing managers, IT managers who are interested in this kind of content. Second, some of you may not know that Facebook has a powerful search function where, just like Google. So if you go to Google, and I've just gone to Google, if you go to Facebook and search for manager of marketing, and you will see that you start getting some profiles of people, and you can filter them based on, in fact, the company or the education or the city. Now, you may not get the results if you filter by company, because not many people actually put in their companies on Facebook. But hey, this is a database. I mean, if you're taking your first few steps, and this could be a good way to get going, uh, and get that initial set of people who on Facebook uh, who have a certain profile, right? Finally, ads. So yes, ads is a very direct way of reaching out to your target audience. And when it comes to Facebook, uh, just like LinkedIn, it allows you to reach out to people from specific cities, from who have certain who are holding certain work titles, who are working in certain companies, who are working in certain verticals like insurance or manufacturing. It does allow. Uh, so let me just show you how that happens. So I'm in the ad manager um, of Facebook, and the first thing is we just spoke about the fact that you can target people with certain who hold certain positions like head of marketing. So that is one of the options when it comes to interests in your ad panel. So it is possible. You can target people who are working in a certain vertical. So insurance, right? So insurance is would be one of the it could either be an interest, or it could actually be an industry, right? So that's another option that you have on Facebook. Or you could target people who are working in certain like certain companies, like Infosys is an employer, so you can run ads to reach to people of Infosys. Now, the the thing to note here is, and I'm just kind of maybe I've said this before, but it's worth to repeat that not a very so okay very few people actually put in their companies, actually put in their work titles on Facebook. But there is a certain percentage, and if you are taking your first steps, and you're trying to reach out to these businesses, doing ads on Facebook is a lot more cheaper, and cheaper by a fraction of, say, it's almost could be 20% of that of LinkedIn, and that's why it's attractive, especially if you are trying to sell business services which are not on the, like, which are not very expensive, right? If you're maybe trying to sell like a WordPress plugin for $30 or $40, that this Facebook could be an option. Or if you're trying to increase the brand awareness of your product or service, you're trying to make the people aware before you retarget them on some other platform, right? So this is also convenient and a cheaper option as compared to LinkedIn. Apart from this, there are some other options that some very interesting options which very few people know actually. So, for example, if you do a, if you want to, if there's also an option to reach out to business page admins. Now, what happens is, if you are reaching out to admins of Facebook page admins, you're automatically reaching out to the people who are managing their fan page. And when it comes to small businesses, it's generally the main guy, right, who's managing it. So it's also a convenient way to reach out to a small business owner. So yes, that was it. Those are the ways to reach out to businesses on Facebook. Thank you.